Hello friends, here with the Lonesome Gamer, and today I want to play Arkham Horror, and I want to use the Kingsport Horror expansion and also the King in Yellow expansion. So yeah, it's Christmas time, it's cold outside and dark, and it's cozy inside, so I think that is a fantastic time to play Arkham Horror. I haven't played it for quite a while, and I really love the game, so I'm definitely looking forward to do it. Especially these days where people are playing 3rd edition and final hour and whatever else, I think it's time that this game gets some love. So, we're ready to go. We're playing a 4-player game here. Just let me get the lighting maybe like this. So yeah, it's a 4-player game. We have here Lola Hayes, the actress, and she starts over here at the asylum. And it says improv. Once per turn, Lola may discard one of her skill cards to draw a new skill from either the top or the bottom of the skill deck. Lola may look at the bottom card of the skill deck at any time. That's interesting. Let's see what we got. Items. Well, first we have here 2 clue tokens. $6. We've got the Aten Derringer, plus 2 combat checks. The ritual candles. Now these things are weird. They basically give... You can light these guys, and they basically give each investigator, as long as they burn, which is 4 turns, a +2 to spell checks, and then they go away. A safety deposit key. Go to the bank, make a luck -2 check. If you succeed, draw 1 unique item. If you fail, gain 2 clue tokens. And we got the arcane insight. Now, that is an interesting one, because yeah, if you cast that successfully, which is very hard to get a -4 modifier, you can check the top 3 Mythos cards and replace them in any order on top of the deck. You get a +1 bonus for each tome in your position. Well, luckily nobody has a tome, so that kind of sucks. As a starting skill, she gets the Initiate, and that means that she starts also with the one of the 1000 cult membership card, and it would allow her to do an additional cult encounter and then choose one to resolve. Not sure how good that is. It might be pretty good. This is this membership card here, and it says whenever you have an encounter in the Black Cave, the Unvisited Isle, or the Woods, instead draw a card from the Cult Encounter deck, which we have over here. So the thing is, we have the option to exchange that. Let's see what we got here on the bottom. We're allowed to check the bottom of the skill deck. That means conceal. After making any evade check, spend 2 clue tokens to add 1 success to the result. I don't think that's a very good one. So I'm pretty sure I'm not too much interested in getting this. My improv would allow me to do that. So I could basically now simply discard that and grab blindly the top one here. Well, we could, of course, also grab the one on the bottom and then hope for a better one next time. But honestly, maybe that isn't so bad. We might think about going into these spaces. These are all unstable locations, so we get clues there right at the beginning. So it is a good place to hang around, and getting a better encounter there could be interesting. Then we got Trish Scarborough. She starts with 2 clues and $4. The lucky cigarette case. You can discard that to reroll any one skill check. The military motorcycle. +1 to evade checks. And exhaust to gain 2 extra movement points. Pretty good. Magnifying glass. Exhaust to gain +2 to lore checks when reading tomes. Again, we need a tome. Exhaust and discard after you gain a clue token to gain 1 additional clue token. So if she gets a tome, she could use that thing, the Arcane Insight. Would be pretty awesome then for her in combination with the magnifying glass. Then we got the Staff of the Pharaoh, a nice weapon, +3 to combat checks. Exhaust to cast 1 spell as if both your hands were free. Well, at the moment that doesn't help us a lot, but should try to get a spell maybe. And here we have the Enchanted Jewelry. Put 1 stamina token from the bank on Enchanted Jewelry to avoid losing 1 stamina. If there are 3 tokens on the card, discard the Enchanted Jewelry. Okay. Now what's interesting in her is her focus ability. She's got the abnormal focus. Trish does not spend focus. Instead, at the start of each upkeep phase, move her sliders all the way to the left, which we have here now. She may then shift her sliders to the right, a total of 5 shifts. That's pretty interesting. Breaking the limits, Trish may spend 1 sanity or 1 stamina for 1 extra shift to the right when adjusting her skills. She may do this up to 3 times per turn. That might be also pretty powerful. She's got the hide ability. When you make a sneak check, add +1 to each die you roll for purposes of checking for successes. Okay. Then we got Patrice Hathaway. By the way, Trish starts here at the newspaper, and Patrice starts at the curiosity shop. Trish is a... what is she? Is she an agent? Yeah, she's a spy. While Patrice is the violinist. And so she's got the cavalry saber, +2 to combat check. The Ithian rifle, a magical weapon. Exhaust before making a combat check to gain +6 to that check. And she's got to spend all her focus to refresh that card. But it's this is a very strong card, obviously. The Flute of the Outer Gods, which is totally weird. Lose 3 sanity and 3 stamina and discard the Flute of the Outer Gods before making a combat check to defeat all monsters in your current area. This does not affect ancient ones. So, yeah, I don't know how good that is. I always have my doubts about that. Then we got here the Disguise. After making any evade check, exhaust to add 1 success to the result. And she also's got to spend all her focus to refresh that card. In addition, she's got an interesting ability, Inspiring. Patrice may allow the other investigators to spend her clue tokens, even if they are not in the same location or world. And the Ominous Dreams. Patrice gains 1 clue token each time a gate opens. She also gains 5 clue tokens when the 9th space of the Ancient One's Doom track is filled. So that is probably a very interesting ability here. Jim Culver. He's sitting here at Velma's Diner. Now he starts with 3 clue tokens, $3. And then he's got a spell, Call Down the Storm. Cast an exhaust while in Arkham to add +2 to any combat check that takes place in your neighborhood until the end of the phase. It's not bad, I guess. Revelation of Script. Cast an exhaust to gain +3 to all lore checks, except spell checks, until the end of that phase. The Lantern is a +1 to luck checks. And the Golden Trumpet. Put 1 sanity token from the bank on Golden Trumpet to avoid losing 1 sanity. If there are 3 sanity tokens on it, discard Golden Trumpet. Yeah. Weird items here. A +1 luck. So it's the luck skill basically. And he's got the Dead Man Stomp. Jimmy may spend 1 clue token. Well, actually, he starts with 3 of them. To automatically pass a combat check against an undead monster. Strange luck. Other worlds are considered to have a green encounter symbol for you in addition to their normal encounter symbols. Now, I've really got to try not to forget that. And that seems like a very strong option. So, yeah, he's definitely a candidate to go maybe a few times more in Otherworld using Patrice's special ability to close the gates, for example, or to seal the gates. In addition, and that is done randomly, we have a special relationship between these two, Patrice and Jim Culver. They are the best of friends. If you and your partner are in the same neighborhood, either of you may exhaust this card before making a check to gain +1 on that check. Fine. And then between Jim and Lola, these two guys are members of the book club. Anytime either you or your partner attempts to use a tome, the other may immediately attempt to use the same tome, even if it has been exhausted or discarded. That's very good. And I'm really considering moving into the curiosity shop, trying to get tomes. Tomes will be useful for the arcane inside. We can basically use them twice, and I would love to get some spells. So overall, I think that sounds like a good choice here. He's a little short in money, sadly. Yeah. Well, we'll see. We're going to play, as I already said, with the Kingsport expansion. But I'm going to use a few house rules here. They're actually not my house rules. They were years ago on BGG, and I think they were removed at some times. Don't know if they're still or if they're up there again. I don't know. Basically, what I'm doing is I randomly determined 2 spaces, the Artist's Colony and St. Erasmus's home, as unstable locations. And whenever there is a rift marker drawn for these 2 or for one of them, a gate will open there. These do not account against the gate limits of Arkham, but anyway, a gate will show up there, and also a monster, so that makes life a little harder there. But on the other hand, we might also see some additional clues showing up. As I said, there are a few house rules. Another thing is, I also made it more interesting to go onto these spaces here. Usually nobody goes there, and I also don't see this happening this time, but yeah, I got a house rule which basically doesn't cost you the whole turn to get from one space to the other. Usually you got to spend a whole turn to get there, but instead you can spend 2 movement points without using a vehicle and then move your way there, so you might be able to go 2 spaces per turn and whatever. I do some additional stuff there. We'll see if this happens. I don't think so, actually. You can find my house rules on my web page there. So in addition, we're going to use the Dark Pharaoh expansion. I already said that. And I also randomly determined an Elder one, and look at that, it's actually Cthulhu. Which isn't so bad, I think. So while Cthulhu stirs in his slumber, investigators have their maximum sanity and stamina reduced by 1. Gotta remember that. Basically that means that we gotta remove 1 stamina and 1 sanity from every investigator. Let's draw our first Mythos card. So we see a gate opening in the woods. I'm going to roll a die for these gates, and on a 1 to 6 I'm going to draw these standard gates. Otherwise I'm going to draw some of the special gates here. So I'm going to draw one of these. Okay, so the clue token disappears, and there we go. Then we're going to find a monster. And by the way, if you don't know the rules for Arkham Horror, please check either one of my other videos, the first one basically where I do my Arkham Horror. You can find that also on my webpage, or try just some other teaching video, because I'm not going to go through the rules here in detail. We find a Proto-Shoggoth, which is already pretty ugly. This guy is pretty tough. Super tough, actually. And he's fast, so that's a very bad start, actually. And is he moving right away? Nope, he still sits there. Let's see, we might have to draw for here or something. Now we're gonna see if we're gonna find these symbols here. That looks like, yeah, that's the one here. So that means we're going to draw one of these rift markers from here and also place it there. And okay, that is the North Point Lighthouse. So we're going to place this here. And the thing is, if this is all filled, this rift will open, which is basically like an additional moving gate. So that kind of sucks. We don't want to see that, and it will throw up monsters and all thing. So we want to keep this closed, and the way we can do it is we can simply move onto these spaces here, have an encounter there. This will give us information about these rifts too, and then we can simply remove this thing, and in this way hopefully try not to or to keep the rifts closed. Usually it's not too hard to do it, but it basically means that one of us needs to run around through Kingsport. Okay, fine. Then we have a clue at the Independence Square. There we go. And it says, Manhunt in Arkham. All monsters and locations are returned to the cup. Wow, and that's awesome. So this sucker goes away. That was lucky. Very, very good. That's a good start. Awesome. By the way, gotta place a Doom token here. And in addition to that, we play with the Dark Pharaoh, which means we have this Overture thing going on here. This card starts in play next to the Act deck. Immediately after an environment Mystic, Mythos card is drawn during the Mythos phase, the first player must put the Act 1 card in play, setting it on the top of this card. Okay, so that means it is placed here now, and there is then the next act. And we don't want to come to Act 4, no, Act 3. Yeah, Act 3 is game over. Well, I feel like I want to spend at least one turn at the curiosity shop. As I said, I would love to get some. I would love to get some tomes. That would be awesome, because I would love to get spells. And I mean, she's got that safety deposit key, but I think she can still go to the bank after that. If she goes there and she can meet with Jim Culver, he's got a speed of 4, which would allow him also to go there. Then Jim could give her his lantern, and that will also improve her chances to draw something of interest at the bank. I mean, I'm not even sure what's more valuable. Maybe getting 2 clue tokens is actually pretty awesome. Might be more valuable than getting a crappy unique item. So that's kind of hard to tell, but I think, you know, we're all explorers and kind of gamblers, so I guess I want to try to find a cool item, maybe an elder sign or something amazing. Guess we find out. Anyway, I'm going to move with her down here to the curiosity shop, and that's basically it. I could trade items here with Patrice, and it might be an interesting choice because she already has these 2 weapons. You're going to ask yourselves, does she need 2 of them, right? I mean, I only have 1, the Derringer, but that is a one-handed weapon. So I could also use the cavalry saber. It's kind of a fun imagination here. That she, in the one hand, she's got the Derringer, in the other hand, the cavalry saber, and then she's attacking someone. But yeah, I think that's actually better. She has a +4 on combat rolls now, which is definitely awesome. So I kind of like that idea. And she still has her rifle. I mean, it's kind of a one-time thing. It's only a +6, and then she has to refresh it. But I think that's still pretty good. Okay, fine. Then it's Trish Scarborough, and she's sitting here at the newspaper. Now she only has $4, which isn't terribly much. Does she want to go here and hope to find something, or does she want to have an encounter in the newspaper, which possibly gives her more money? That's a tough call. I think I'm already at the newspaper, so I think I'll wait there and get a little more money, and then in the next turn I can still go to the curiosity shop. I mean, yes, I'm going to leave one turn, I'm going to lose one turn, but I just have to hope that I can make it. Patrice Hathaway, she clearly also wants to... I mean, she is already at the curiosity shop, so fine. And Jim also moves there. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. And there we are. Do you want to trade an item? Well, hard to tell. Yeah, the idea was to give the lantern to Lola, exactly, for the +1 luck. But apart from that, I don't think so. Okay, nice. Let's go to the encounter phase. Of course, I don't want to draw an encounter. Instead, I want to draw 3 of these items and then purchase one of them. That was the reason for the whole thing, right? So let's see what we got. We got $6, so we can actually afford every one of them. This is the the most expensive one here, the Enchanted Cane. +3 to combat checks. Enchanted Cane cannot be lost or stolen unless you choose to allow it. It's definitely a neat one. We got the Kabbalah of Sabaoth. Well, that's kind of cool because it's a tome. Exhaust and spend 2 movement points to make a lore check. If you pass through 1 skill, and discard Kabbalah of Sabaoth. If you fail, nothing happens. Now that is a pretty cool thing because we could use our improv in a better way that way. You know, we might be able to discard another skill and find something better or so. So that sounds like a really good choice for her. The lightning gun. Lose 1 sanity and stamina to defeat all monsters in the sky. Discard lightning gun. I mean, that's cool too, no doubt. But, you know, I think I'm actually going to go with the Kabbalah of Sabaoth. It just fits perfect. It matches really well with her improv talent, or whatever we want to call that. So we got to pay $5, and both of us, also this guy, can use it. So it gives us additional skills, which is a cool thing, I guess. Very neat. Very, very good. Of course, it would be good to keep that thing for the arcane insight, but I think I want to use it anyway. Trish Scarborough. Let's see. She's got... Is she there? No, she's actually still in the... She's at the newspaper. So we got to draw a card from the newspaper here, an encounter card. You earn a hefty fee for a story and gain a ride with Doyle Jeffries, the editor. Gain $2 and move to any location or street area in Arkham. If you move to a location, immediately have an encounter there. Now that's awesome, because that allows me to go to get $2 and then also to move to the curiosity shop. And that's a cool thing. So we're going to hang out here now all together, and I can draw 3 cards and buy one. And I got $5. Okay, we got here, well, the Ancient Tablet. Cannot afford that one. But I could afford the True Magic. Exhaust and spend 1 movement point to make a lore check. If you pass, gain 1 clue token and lose 1 sanity. Yeah, that's awesome. It's a tome, it doesn't get discarded, and it gives you clue tokens. Cursed Sphere. Exhaust and spend either 1 stamina or sanity before making a combat check. To gain 6 to that check. That's also not bad. Still, I think I want to go with the True Magic. That is just super cool. I could then give that to Patrice. And in addition to that, she might take the Golden Trumpet from him, and then she can generate these clue tokens and give them to other people. That sounds like a really cool plan. So, yeah, I buy that thing for $5, which leaves me with $1, for example, to go to Kingsport. So Patrice is also sitting there. 3 cards for her. She doesn't have that much money, I think. She only has $2. You know, I think that's actually a pretty bad idea. I think I'm gonna draw an encounter instead. She's really not in the best shape here. I'm gonna draw an encounter. Your trip over a stack of books, obviously undisturbed for years, if not decades. Make a lore -1 check. If you succeed, search the unique item deck and take the first tome you find. That would be awesome. Sadly, my lore isn't terribly good. It's only a 3. Is there anything I can do to help the guys? Wasn't there something that gave me the best of friends? Yeah, I can use that. That gives me a +1 on my check. Awesome, so I'm gonna exhaust that. And that means now I'm gonna have a lore of 4, which is pretty good. So my luck is... well, is it luck or lore? It's a lore check. Okay, my lore is 3. So we got a +1 for the best of friends. You know, I mean, you can easily imagine we're sitting together in this shop, helping each other to find an interesting book. So that means I have 3 dice in the end. Got a new dice tray here. We'll see how that works out. So yeah, let's see. We got 3 dice and we need a success. Fuck, we don't add 1. That's a shame. Well, I want to start burning clues. Yeah, I don't think so. Okay. Guess it's not happening then. Okay, cool. So the card goes away. And the last encounter is for him, and he is also only 3. I mean, there might be books for $3. I think I'm going to draw 3 cards and hope for a cheap tome or something. So yeah, let's see. Well, at least we find something for $3. The soul gem. All the other stuff is more expensive. So we gotta buy that one. This goes away. $3. There they are. And yeah, it's the soul gem. Any phase, exhaust when you defeat a monster to place it on soul gem instead of claiming it as a trophy. Discard soul gem and all monsters on it to gain X stamina. X is equal to the total toughness of all monster markers on soul gem. Meh. Yeah. That's not too great, I think. He's definitely not a great fighter. So I think I'm gonna give it to one of the other guys. He's not in a good shape anyway, actually. He has no weapons. Maybe we should give him... I don't know, man. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna give her the soul gem. So she's gonna be our fighter then, I guess. Lola Hayes. And we'll see what he can do. Yeah, he's not in the best shape, I guess. But, okay. So, that's the end of that turn, and I think we can do one more turn. Really forgot the Mythos card. I haven't played that game for quite a while, at least for a year or so, although it is a really good game. But, you know, so much new stuff out there, and it's a shame, actually. It really, as I said at the introduction, it really deserves more love, I think, and I'm kind of glad that I do it again. So, yeah, let's draw a Mythos card here. Oh, fuck, man. Oh, boy, that sucks, man. It's a rumor. No gates open, but add 2 Doom tokens to the Doom track. That's not a good thing. So, wait a minute. Shit. It's also bad for Ominous Dreams ability. Wait a minute, she should have gotten a clue token because a gate opened in the first, with the first card. But this time, sadly, no gates open, which is bad for her. Because she gets, anytime a gate opens, she gets a clue token. So yeah, that kind of sucks. So it says cover up, and all the monsters move, but there are no monsters. When this card enters play, place 3 clue tokens per player on it. Any player may discard monster trophies while in the downtown streets during the Arkham encounter phase to remove 1 clue token from this card for each toughness worth of monster discarded. Ongoing effect, place 1 clue token per player on this card at the end of every Mythos phase. Great. If there are no clue tokens on this card, return it to the box. Each investigator is blessed and gains a retainer. Fail. If there are 6 clue tokens per player on this card, return it to the box. All investigators lose all of their clue tokens, and all clue tokens are removed from the board. That is totally fucked up. It really is. That's a horrible card. The problem is that there are no monsters. That is, I mean, that's not really fair, right? Because yeah, that sucks. I mean, it's wow, man. This is nearly impossible to deal with. Okay, well, there's nothing I can do about it now, so I guess we got to live with the fact that at some point everybody will lose all clue tokens, and we got to play for this. We got to prepare for that. So maybe we can deal with this. This is going to be tough. It really is. So that means we're going to try to focus completely on grabbing clue tokens. There will be some... How much time will there be? Well, at the 5... Wait a minute. At the beginning, we start with 3 clue tokens per player. Holy fuck, man. That means basically we're going to have only 3 turns left. Oh, man. That's possibly the worst thing that could have happened at that point. Because there are not even enough gates to seal. Oh boy, this is horrible, man. This is a disaster. Total disaster. There are no monsters to kill. There are no gates to seal. We cannot do anything with our clue tokens. I mean, that card is really a little ridiculous at that point. No clue tokens. Return it to the box. Well, okay. Well, let's see what we can do. I mean, this is... Yeah, that's really bad. So that means we got... How much? 12 clue tokens? What the fuck, man? 1, 2, 3, 4... 3 per player. Oh, boy. Okay. Man. I don't remember having such a bad card. Is there any... I think... No. There's nothing I can do to somehow get rid of this card. I don't have any options here. And this is a real bummer because... yeah, that is... Well, it's horrible. It's absolutely horrible because I simply have no way to deal with this rumor. I cannot do anything against it because there are no monsters, and I have no option to really use the clue tokens because there are nearly no gates. I can go in here, but I only have basically 3 rounds to do it. So I can only close this single gate. That's it. And all the other clue tokens and things will go away. Which, yeah, I mean, that is ridiculous. That's, I don't know. You know, this is one of the things where I think, maybe we should simply not do it. Because this is the thing that basically just destroys your game, and there is nothing, absolutely no option to deal with it. And I think also the designer would not have wanted to be it that way, you know. If it happens during the game, when there are monsters out there, when there are clues out there, it's okay. right? You can try to somehow prevent that from happening. You can go there and deliver a few monsters and all, and somehow things might turn out well. And you already have used some clues, there are not that many clues on the board anymore. Yeah, it kind of makes sense. You might be able to deal with it. But at that point, it is just basically, okay, guy, that's it. You're fucked. Sorry, buddy. Second turn, game over. I think I want to pull through anyway. But yeah, obviously that is a horrible situation for me. The thing is, I usually have a feeling these things happen in Eldritch Horror on a regular basis, and I don't have that. I haven't seen that card before, and I didn't know. I mean, yeah, it's the specific situation that fucks me up so hard. Okay, let's see. We go to now. This is the first player here, Trish, and now the question is, what can we do at that point? Do we have any options left? Well, at least we don't have to save any clue tokens at that point. So the thing is, oh, by the way, is there? No, there is no rift showing up. Okay. One of us has to go and close the gate. Okay, who's going to do that? Well, he's got a pretty good lore value, which will make it easy for her to do it. And yeah, I mean, she's got 5. Well, at least she's got the true magic. That's kind of cool. That allows her to get a few additional. Oh, actually, I want to give the true magic to her. That gives her clue tokens. That's something. And before I forgot about that, I also want to give the golden trumpet to her. Okay, cool. Now let's see. I want to give the enchanted jewelry to her because she's the one who's going to fight a lot, I guess. And she's already kind of low in stamina because of Cthulhu as the ancient one. Okay. So what are we going to do now? I think I'm going to go down. I think I'm going to go with Trish. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in here. So that means we got to push her speed basically to 3. She's got the motorcycle. No, that doesn't work. Yeah, we can simply flip that. Okay, cool. And this is done like this. And then she can also move 3 more, or 3 points. I'm going to go here. And I'm going to go here. Okay, cool. So that was my movement. Patrice. Okay, that gives her a skill. Patrice. Well, at that point, we might actually consider saying, okay, there is nothing we can do. I might go for money and then try to get items like crazy so that I'm in a really good position. Maybe that gives me a chance. Maybe I can find some, I don't know what, some kind of, I might even thinking about going to the bank alone. So that's $10. Let's see. So let me see what happens if we're going full on gates at that point. It's kind of fun because there are 2 clue tokens here. So that means, she can do it using 3 of hers. Okay, neat. Now I wonder if I grab now clue tokens and then by the end of the game, so that means basically if there are 12 clue tokens there, it's over, right? Okay, fine. So let me see. No, that's not true. If there are 6 clue tokens per player, okay. So that means I could, let's say I deliver just a monster with 1 toughness point. That means that I would actually win 1 more move, okay, or 1 more turn. So that means technically we got this turn. This turn is to grab a clue token. Okay, fine. Then 1 gate will open. Sadly, it's only going to be 1. That's the problem. If there would be more open gates, it would be different. But at least 1 more gate would open. We could go there. Let's hope we can. That would be then a 2. And we would be sucked into the gate by the end of that turn and would end up here. Then in the next turn we could go here, 3. And then we could go back in the 4th turn and have a chance to actually close the gate. So I think I can technically close 2 gates if I manage to kill 1 monster, because then maybe I should try to fight back a little bit more. Maybe I can win a little more time. Hard to tell. I think I want to try that. Okay, that means I'm going to go with Patrice. And she will... I don't know if I want to do it with her, actually. It's hard to tell. No, she's going to go to the unnameable and grab the clue token. Okay, nice. Trish didn't do anything. That's bad. I'm going to go with... No, actually, she moved down here. Fine. So then it's good old Jim Culver. And this guy, I think I'm going to go with him up here. Problem is, he's a little slow. What about her? She's faster. So because this is a little too far away, I think I want to go with her here because she can go more in the middle, while he might have a chance of 1, 2. Shit, it's only a 1, 2. She could go here to the unvisited isle, for example. On the other hand, Lola, she can get the special encounter there, but she might also be able... damn, so many questions here, right? You know what? I'm actually going to go to the Independence Square with him, just hope for the best, grab the 2 tokens, and then in the end, 1, 2, 3, Lola goes to the unvisited isle, which allows her, I think, to grab 2 of these. Okay, and we should actually mark this crappy thing here, the downtown streets, which is right here. Great. Okay. So, let's do... actually, now here's the thing. That's kind of interesting. I wonder... So she uses exhaust and spend 2 movement points to make a lore check. Okay? So she only used 3 points. So she here, Lola, she moved from here to here. So she can actually do this. The question is, and I'm not totally sure about that, could this guy... But she's got a lore of 1. Nah, okay, she's not going to do it then. Nah, I'm not going to do it. Maybe one other time, but not with a lore of 1. Gotta fiddle around with these first. Okay, so we come to the encounter phase. She goes to the City of the Great Race, right here. Patrice is sitting in the Unnameable, so we gotta draw an encounter there. And I'm gonna roll a die for that, an 8-sider. On a 7 or 8, I draw encounters from the Dark Pharaoh deck, otherwise from the standard game. So we just draw from the standard game here. That is Patricia, right. And the Unnameable is, where is that? Oh yeah, it's here. A monster and a gate appear. Now that is fantastic. That's exactly what we need. We need as many gates as possible. That's very, very good. So let's see what type of gate that is. Okay, that's one of your standard gates. Lost Carcosa, that's not easy to close. But still, then and we have a ghoul there. Now, I think I gotta fight that sucker. And then in the next turn, I'm pretty sure I will get sucked into the gate, which is perfect. That is awesome. So let's see if I can fight the ghoul. I got my Ithian rifle, which is pretty good. And yeah, it's not the greatest guy. Okay, so first we got to do a horror check. We got a will of 2. So let's do that. And we're good. And then the Ithian rifle. We only have 5 clues. Problem is, I wasn't counting. Well, maybe I can move with someone else here. We'll see about all that stuff. Now, I want to fight that guy exactly. So we use the Ithian rifle, which gives me a +6. I mean, that shouldn't be a big deal. So that means I got a 9 dice or something. 5, so these are 9 then. Oh gosh. Oh my goodness. And that's obviously enough. So this guy is killed. And we get them as a trophy, which might be also neat. So that might be already good enough to go here and get us another turn. But the thing now is, and I'm not so sure about that, I only have 5 clue tokens, right? And I'm going to need those to actually... Patrice may... Wait a minute. Patrice gains 1 clue token each time a gate opens. So that means she gets another clue token right away. Now my problem is, if I get sucked in here, I'm going to need my 5 clue tokens to close the gate. I wasn't speculating on that at all, because I wanted to give her the clue tokens. Because she's only sitting on 2. So basically that means I'm going to need 3 additional clue tokens to help her to close the gate and to close the gate myself. Now if another gate opens this turn, okay, I'm going to get 1 more. And then if a 3rd gate opens, which probably will happen before she closes, right? Then, yeah, I'm pretty sure about that. I should actually get the option to get 2 more, which would then allow me to give her 3, keep 5 for myself, and then the only problem is that he is also at 5. So hey, maybe if we're super lucky, we might be able to close 3 gates before everything is totally fucked up here. And that would be a good start. That would be a solid start. So, but still, someone has to deliver a monster here. So we'll see how that works out. She's sitting on 3 clues. Okay. So, Jim Culver sitting at the Independence Square. There's always a little chance at the Independence Square that another gate opens. And that's what we want in this game, right? We want now gates to open. But first we got to roll a die here. See from which deck we draw. And we draw from our standard deck. Independence Square. As you pass through the entry arc on Peabody Avenue, that's Arch, I think, all sound dissolves into a cosmic silence. Make a luck -1 check. If you succeed, the mundane noises of Arkham return. If you fail, you are drawn through the gate nearest its location and are cursed. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, anyway, we got to do our luck check first. So we are pretty... Well, it's okay. I mean, we have 3 luck because of this one here. So that means we got 2 dice. Well, let's see. I could... Can I? No. So, let's see what we can do. Okay, we didn't make it. So that's kind of... Holy moly, man. Okay, that's kind of crazy now because that means I'm going to get sucked into the nearest gate, which is going to be that one. And things are getting really totally chaotic here. And we're cursed. Now that is a problem that we're cursed, but there is always a chance to get rid of the curse if we're lucky. Okay, so we go to Lost Carcosa, and I can see now that this is not on the board. So we actually got to draw another gate, actually. Okay, that is Yugoth. That's very similar. And yeah, there we go, and then we are drawn through this. Now the interesting thing for me, and I'm not sure about that, is what happens to her? Does she stay there and is sucked through the gate next turn? Can she move away? Is she sucked through the gate immediately? Not sure, I gotta check that. Here's the thing, I played that wrong, it seems. It says if a gate opens, the investor is immediately drawn through the gate. So that means that the ghoul actually stays there and I'm drawn through the gate. And the bad thing is I am unconscious. But I think that's still okay. I think it's still okay. Now this guy is cursed. The question is, do I want to start burning clue tokens to avoid being cursed? Because I don't need 2 guys in Yugoth. And being cursed and still try to close a gate, especially a -2 gate, looks pretty fucked up. So you know what? I think because I'm going to lose my clue tokens anyway, I might actually simply spend 1 clue token, and I can add an extra die to do that because of this lucky ability. So I think in this case it's okay to do it. So she's on the way through the gate, and yeah, it's a shame. It would have been another gate, it would be fine, but we don't need 2 guys there. So let's see. And he didn't do it. Yeah, so who cares? We're gonna go through this. I don't want to lose him. Maybe he can be helpful in another way here. And we're going to lose clue tokens anyway, so we can take it just one after another, just burn through these guys. And okay, this time we did it. So we should have 2. Yeah, exactly. Kind of sucked, but okay. Overall, we lost 1 clue token. We got there 2. We ended up with spending 3, which isn't great, but okay. Now we got Lola's encounter, actually. And Lola is allowed to draw 2 cards because of this one here, the initiate thing. So she's allowed to draw 2 cards from here. I have no idea how that works. Okay, I guess these are simply... Okay, so we'll see. We have this one here. Tithys that bind. We require a small donation. Spend $3, which we don't have, to gain 2 clue tokens and a corruption card. Otherwise, we got to discard the cult membership and move through the street, which isn't too great. Curious endowment. A shadowy figure reveals 2 strange items and whispers, "Choose wisely, friend. You may draw 2 unique items, choose one to keep and discard the other. If you do, draw a corruption card." Well, that's kind of cool. The problem is I'm not sure about this corruption crap, and I gotta check that. I'm not sure about what's going on there. Okay, yeah, so let's do that. This curious endowment. And so we're going to draw 2 unique items and keep 1. And let's hope we find something that kills a rumor. I don't think that is existing, but I never give up hope. The Yithian rifle, we already have that. And that's a pretty awesome one. The warning mirror, a +2 to luck checks, is also cool. But I think I'm going to go with the rifle instead. I'm a little overpowered, but I might give that... Oh no, actually, is that her? Yeah, it's her. But I might give the rifle to someone else, maybe even to Jim or something. So I guess that's not a bad choice here. That might be a good trade. Now what happens is, we got these cards here, and we got two types of them. We got some with a red background, and we got some with a green background. And my feeling tells me that the red background is not good. But there are quite a few cards. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw the top card, and it says a downward spiral, and that doesn't sound good at all. That actually seems to suck. So the thing is, whenever this cross with a white background shows up on the monster movement symbols, we got to draw now 2 corruption cards. Okay, that's a pretty bad thing, I guess. And there's nothing I can do against it, I think. But I'm not sure. There was something specific which allows you to actually get rid of a card, I think. Let's see. When a gate is closed, all corruption cards in play that match the closed gate's dimension symbol are discarded. Okay, well, right now that doesn't help us a lot, but maybe that could be useful. Okay, so that wasn't great, but at least we got a good weapon. And so yeah, that was her action, and now it's her with the other world encounter. And I'm also going to roll a die from which pile I draw, if I draw from the expansion or from the base thing, and I'm going to draw from the base game. And the thing is, this is all shuffled in once, so to find the right one, I also got to find one which doesn't come with an expansion symbol that I'm not using here. So, and in addition, we need the right color. What colors do we have there, by the way? This is yellow and green, I think. This is all not the thing we need. That is also not good. Holy crap. There we go. This works. Okay, that is other. It is not too late. Well, that sounds good. Whispers the voice in the darkness. If the terror level is less than 6, draw a spell. Well, that is the case. So I'll take that as a good omen. It's not too late. Still time to fight. And we're going to draw a spell. Call Ancient One. Wow, that sounds awesome. Okay, so, well, discard X monster or gate trophies, then cast and discard this spell to immediately awaken the Ancient One, then remove X Doom tokens from its Doom track. Now, that's kind of fun, you know, I mean, the thing is there's so little clue tokens pretty soon on the board. So we might even consider doing that. Seriously, we have a ton of good weapons here. We really do. We got twice the Ythian rifle. We got the cavalry saber and the derringer. We're not in a bad shape here. I mean, the thing is that this guy has a -6, which is pretty bad, right? And after each attack, 1 Doom token is placed here. So that's pretty rough. So, but, you know, the thing is, discard X monster and or gate trophies. Then remove 10 or X Doom tokens from its Doom track. I mean, here's the thing. It shouldn't be so hard to get 13 monsters and or gate trophies. We're pretty much at the beginning of the game. So, you know, I mean, maybe we say, okay, fuck it, if we have to lose all our clues, which will be possibly the case, maybe I'm not going on actually, maybe I'm simply not going on sealing gates, but I might go just to close the gates. And I might go on a monster hunt. And then I can awaken the Ancient One. That might be a cool choice. So, I mean, that, you know, that is, gosh, I love it. I just love the game. That's why it is so awesome. You know, the thing is, sorry, I'm always bashing on Eldritch Horror because I have so bad experiences with that, but I often have a good time with it too. But the thing is, in Eldritch Horror, if the real bad things happen, you know very soon it's over. You've lost the game, and you still got to continue for 3 more hours. I've seen so many games of Eldritch Horror turn out like that. Here, this is a disaster. But you know, in the next turn I was already starting, maybe I can do that, maybe I can do this, maybe I can close 2 or 3 gates or seal them. And now, a voice in the city of the great race giving me this spell. And now everything looks different, and I might have a real chance to do it. This is fantastic. Okay, so that means Trish, she's sitting now on that spell. And that's it. We got to draw a mystery card or a mythos card, of course, and hope it's not too bad. So, we got a gate at the witch house. So, again, we got to check. Okay, there we go. And again, a standard gate, not one of the special ones here. That goes to another dimension. So, where is that? That's right here. Okay. And we got to draw a monster. And now we want the weak monsters, right? Because it doesn't seem to matter how strong the monsters are you kill. You just have to get 13 trophies in spells or monsters. Oh, well, I mean, not necessarily 13, right? But if we want to kill Cthulhu, we basically need 13. Okay. And that's a tough one, but it's not horribly bad. We got our Ythian rifle, so I think there's a good chance we can kill it. So that sits here, a formless spawn. And then we got the movement. And I don't want to forget That's another problem. We got to draw. One of us has to go to Kingsport at some point, I guess. But maybe not. Okay, that means, that's kind of interesting, send Erasmus home. So that means a gate will open there. And I'm going to go and check my house rules. The thing is, we've drawn this marker here. That means, because this is an unstable location, that a gate will appear there. Okay. Again, let's check what type of gate that is, and I'm always missing that 8. There we go. Okay, that is again one of these gates. The Dreamlands, I don't think. No, they're not in here. I gotta go with one of the others. The Underworld, yeah, the Underworld is over here. Okay, so we're gonna place that one here. And now the thing is, we're also gonna see a monster there, obviously. That is a deep one. They can be ugly, but more for the horror. So the thing is, if we close the gate, it becomes a stable location. If there would have been a marker adjacent to it already, then a clue would have appeared at that point. And but that is not the case now. If we close the gate, I think in addition, as a reward, we get another clue. But yeah, that's true. And also associated rift markers would have been removed. So there is a lot going on there, and as I said, this is not my personal variant. That is something that someone made up from BGG, because there is this constant rumor that there are basically that the Kingsport area is just too weak, and it is so easy to play that, and that there is not enough going on there. So someone came up with these house rules to spice it up. Okay, that's pretty much it. So yeah, this doesn't count against the gate limit. So right now it doesn't affect us too much, except of course that we got to be a little careful with these things here. Fine. We're going to see movement, I guess. Well, this guy doesn't move. Who else is out there? That guy moves, though. Yeah, so he moves on the street, which is fine. We can now start killing these guys. And then it says we have a clue at the Black Cave. Now, technically, we're not even so interested anymore in these clues. That's kind of a fun thing, but yeah, it's a fact. And, oh, Grash, we got to close Hips Roadhouse. So, we got these closed markers here. So this is closed. I'm not sure if there's still a clue there. We'll see. Temperance Fever Sweep City. Any investigator with whiskey must pass a sneak check or get arrested and taken to the police station. If this occurs, they must discard their whiskey. In addition, Hips Roadhouse is closed until the end of next turn. Leave this card in play until then to indicate that. Okay, so it's, yeah, that thing will reopen. Fine. So, gosh, I gotta find a space. I think I can remember that, I guess. Okay, cool. So, and we should have another Doom token on the Doom track, of course. Well. Fine. Well, here's the interesting thing, actually. Oh, look at that, brother. Look at that. Wait a minute. If we awake the Ancient One, that wouldn't be too easy. Is it possible that he would be sitting on 4 Doom tokens? I cannot believe that. I wasn't sure if the Doom track will be filled with Doom tokens when this guy awakens. Again, you know, if you don't play that for a year, you forget all that stuff. But yeah, obviously it happens. So that means, otherwise it would be ridiculously easy. That means we're going to need 13 trophies of some kind to kill him right away. So, yeah, I think that's it then. That's the Temperance Fever Sweep City. That was that. And we had a gate that, well, actually we had 2 gates that opened, I think. One at the Unnameable and one at St. Erasmus's home, which means that she will get 2 more clue tokens. Okay, cool. I mean, she might as well... she's going to lose everything. Shit. Yeah, I thought, okay, maybe we can collect everything for the big final battle or what, but, you know, in the end, she's going to lose all these clue tokens in a few turns. Anyway, I haven't given up hope because this card is absolutely incredible. So that means this goes here now, and yeah, we're going to take another approach, as we usually do. You know, I'm usually definitely the Seal 6 Gates player. I don't enjoy to confront the Ancient One usually a lot. But yeah, this is a different situation now, and I guess, well, maybe we can still see an interesting game. So yeah, hope to see you on the next video on lonesomegamer.com. Bye. Yeah, so here's actually the thing. I thought I was a little bit too optimistic here, I think. Yeah, that is not as great as I thought at all. The thing is, of course, first of all, the thing is that we cannot discard all this shit collectively, but the player who actually casts the spell has to do it. In addition to that, we have a -X as a casting modifier and an X as a sanity cost. Okay, now that's a problem, right? We might find somewhere a card, I'm not sure. Maybe there is a card that allows us to get an automatic success when casting spells. But I don't have that card at the moment. And then I might consider, but I'm not sure if that is even legal. Yeah, I thought about going insane or something, but you know, seriously, I think that's going to be pretty impossible. I mean, I might be able to steal a few here, maybe 4 or 5, but this guy is super strong. So I'm pretty sure there is no way for me to actually kill him with this spell. This is cool if you have an Ancient One with, I don't know, 8 Doom tokens or something like that. Then this is a very cool spell, I think. Maybe. But if this guy is sitting on 13 Doom tokens, and after each attack, he is allowed to place an additional Doom token back on the track, this is a bad idea. I'm pretty sure I cannot fight that guy. Therefore, yeah, it seems we got to go with the closing gate things anyway. I mean, yeah, as I said, we still have the choice here. We still have an option to, she can do it, she can do it, and she now has enough clue tokens to give her 3 tokens so that both actually can seal the gate. Question is now, does anybody has 5? I mean, she does. No, she has 3. She's only down. I mean, she could try to slip in. She could try to slip in here, I guess. She's got to sneak this guy. I'm not sure if she can do it. Ah, boy. Nah. Probably not. She's got a speed of 5, so meh, but then she's got a sneak of... Oh boy, this sucks. Yeah, I'm afraid she can't do it. Who goes first? That's an interesting... This guy goes first. Now he might be able to go down here. 1, 2, 3, 5. Can he do that? Fuck, he cannot quite get there. Ah, that's not looking good. Oh, wait a minute. Actually, he can. If 1, 2, 3, 4. He can go here and then attack the monster. I mean, he's in a really bad shape. Right, he's got a 3. I mean, he could throw in these 2 tokens and this thing. The problem is we need a lot of... I don't think we can do it. Yeah. Yeah, that's not going to work out, I'm afraid. Shit. There's just no way for me to get past this guy. I can't... Yeah, I cannot... I mean, he's got a... Wait a minute, he's got a 0. So maybe he's got an evade modifier of 0. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. If I risk it, if I risk everything, I can go to a speed of 4. I'm sitting down on a sneak of 1. Oh boy. Shit. I could try it. I could go for it. Maybe if I'm really lucky, I mean, if I don't make it, I can still burn my clue tokens, right? I'm going to lose them. Otherwise, I'm going to lose them anyway. So there's actually not that much to lose. I can simply try to get to the other dimension. If I do it, fine. And if I don't, I can start burning clue tokens. She's going to get some additional clues. I mean, maybe there is a chance. Who knows? This is not over yet at all. Okay, so, yeah. Hope to see you on the next video.